Maoz is not just the name of our ministry. It means strength. And it is the vision that we believe the Lord gave. The Lord gave her parents 45 years ago, and we're continuing this legacy to make believers strong in the land of Israel. Because we know a strong body is the best witness of the gospel in Israel. The people that are not believers, the unbelievers, see each other. They see us taking care of one another. They know us by our love. And we believe that makes the biggest impression. And we've seen it for many, many decades, that this is the best way. We do it through a variety of ways. When they came to the land of Israel, Shani's mother likes to say, there were 4 or 5 believers, and some of them were suspect. 1959 was her first trip to Israel. She later moved there in 1967, and then later Shani's father, and they formed officially one of the first, if not the first, Messianic ministries in Israel, Maoz-Israel. And there were so few believers. I like to joke that Shani and her brother, they were the Tel Aviv youth group. And then they would visit 2 other friends in Jerusalem, and they would have a national youth conference. The 4 of them, they would pray and go eat pizza, So things have changed. Now we have youth conferences, and our daughters have been part of these conferences with hundreds of people. I'm from the U.S., different areas. My father planted the first interracial congregation in Selma, Alabama. So one of the indicators, I think we are in the end times, the Lord is using a redneck from Selma, Alabama to win Jews and Arabs in Israel. When we first started ministry together as a couple in the late 90s, they said, look, Kobe, you got to learn Hebrew, because there's only a few people, maybe a few dozen your age, that can kind of give a simple message of the new covenant, of the gospel message in Hebrew. And I thought, wow, it's just really struck me. And now things are changing. Now we're still around 1/10 or less than 1/10 of 1%, but it went from nothing, just empty wasteland, just 100 years ago or so, Israel did, to now something's happening, and we're seeing revitalization. We're seeing a restoration. And there are other amazing ministries that we're connected with across the land, so we're not saying it's just us, but we're just a piece to the puzzle, but I feel like the Lord has made us a significant piece to the puzzle, and I believe I can say that with confidence and humility. We're a significant piece to the puzzle because we represent the history of the restoration of Israel. I can look at Maoz-Israel and I see what the Lord is doing spiritually across the land. And it's exciting and it's very overwhelming at times, but it's very powerful what we're seeing.